Hello, hello.
Hey there.
How you
How
doing?
are you? I've got my fan going. My papers are blowing everywhere. Okay.
Sounds like my day.
I
Crazy,
looked at the
crazy,
clock and I
crazy.
was like, oh crap, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I was rushing out of the gym. I did my last little bench set. I said, "Oh, look at the time."
Huh?
I did my last little bench press set, and I said, "Oh, look at the time." And I shot up out of there.
See how time flies when you're trying to you're trying to do. Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm good though. I'm used to talking and on FaceTime and
Oh
driving while
no. I need you to be careful now. You can't be getting, you gotta be careful. I need you, so you drive carefully.
yeah, I'm gonna be home in a couple minutes.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, uh, now that I'm situated, well, it's hot. It's hot in my place. Uh, hey, for those who are joining us, hello, welcome. I'm K-Cee Deeva. This is Northwest Connection with your girl K-Cee Deeva. This is the lockdown edition because yes, because a lot of y'all don't want to wear your mask. We're still locked down. Yeah. Uh, hey, it's real, right?
Crazy.
Okay. I'm glistening today. It's a little warm in here. And, but I'm not complaining because it's 80 something degree weather. I'm excited about it. All right. If you're just joining me, my guest today is, we had him on before a couple months ago, actually, when I first started doing the show, on Instagram Live. In fact, I think Hassan, you might have been my second guest. I
Oh wow.
think, yeah, when since I started doing the show live, I think so. Anyway, my personal trainer is also the owner of the founder of AO, and I want to welcome him to the show. Hey, Hassan.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you perfectly. I just had to
Okay.
put my thing back in, but thanks for welcoming me back to the show.
Yes, he is. So we're going to talk about. We're still stuck in the house. And a lot of us, I keep talking to friends and family who are like, man, I need to be moving. Like these pounds is creeping up on me because I'm still locked in the house. Still telecommuting. A lot of us still telecommuting, working from home. Um, and so I want to have Hassan back on. The first time we had him on, we talked about more of, um, just like working out, some ideas. If you don't have a gym at home, if you don't have weights and things like that, some things around the house that you can use. 24 pack of water, or your couch, your broom, simple things that you can use around the house to actually still get a workout in. You don't necessarily need to be in the gym. And at this rate, who knows when the gym will be able to open back up fully because, again, we might be going backwards pretty soon. So this time I wanted to talk about food though. So, I feel like, and Hassan and I had this conversation, I'm like, I feel like I have the working out part down, right? Like that's what I have him for, to show me what to do, what exercises to do, what target areas to target, to reach my goals. But the eating part, I still struggle with, So there's things like journaling. There's things like, just not having the stuff that you love available, in the house, and you're not tempted. You have to leave the house and go and buy it. I'm gonna change your mind and eat, have healthy snacks and good things on hand. So we're gonna talk about all that stuff. We're gonna talk about competition. For you guys out there, like women, we tend to focus a lot on losing weight. We're always in this battle trying to lose weight, firm up, tone up, and all these things. But guys, you all want to bulk up a little bit. So we're going to talk about that as well. Hassan's an expert in it because he has competed before. He's looking at future competitions, and he's in the process of bulking up himself. So we're going to get some tidbits on that also. All right, Hassan, so let's just jump on in. And when we talk about nutrition and diet, I guess the question for someone that really has no clue where to start, you know, um, we talked about like identifying what it is you want to do, how that's really important. Talk a little bit about that. Where do you start? If you're someone that just has no clue, like, okay, I think I want to do something different, but I'm not sure where to start.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk from the perspective of first. Let's talk from the perspective of say someone that's skinny, trying to bulk up, always been skinny, always had problems putting on weight, putting on muscle, might put on a little bit, having problems staying consistent, eating enough. Feel like you always eat all the time, but you can never gain weight and gain muscle. Well, it's kind of a common misconception because a lot of guys think they eat a lot. And you might eat a lot in one meal or maybe 2 meals in a day, but in the grand scheme of things, consistently, week by week, day by day, month by month, you're not eating calorie surplus. And that's the problem for a lot of what you call hard gainers, guys that are always really skinny and struggling to keep weight on. That's the
Mm-hmm.
those guys structuring a program to put weight on. And those guys, it don't hurt them to have a little bit of extra carbs in the diet, have a pretty solid amount of protein. But if you're eating in a surplus, you're more than likely not going to struggle to get protein, even without supplementation. Then you got people that want to, lose weight drastically, fast. You know, it, that's people that tend to gravitate towards the keto diet. Um, and it's a pretty effective diet. You're cutting out a lot of those things that'll have you, holding on to fat. It's easy to eat a lot of carbs and not necessarily feel as full, and you can keep eating them because they're not very high
No,
satiety.
no, define carbs because there's a lot of people out there that like, okay, what counts as a carbohydrate? Because there's good carbohydrates, and then there's the carbohydrates that will keep you bloated. So what define a carb? What would you say? We're talking about the keto diet. Talk about the kind of carbs you should stay away from if you want to approach that one.
Sure. So like usually super processed foods like white bread, white potatoes. I feel like you want to go more so toward the vegetable carbs like carrots and sweet potatoes and things with a lot of fiber and nutrition, such as like, what do I have? I have one in my mind. Well, carrots, sweet
Like a
potatoes.
lot of leafy greens, those are carbs, but they're good carbs. For someone like myself who's I've read that a lot of people that do the keto diet don't work out because you lose a lot of weight not just eating, lowering the carb intake and such. For someone like myself, I like to work out. I want to become more athletic. So I might have to throw in a sweet potato every now and then, or but as long as I'm keeping the carb count low, then I'm still gonna lose weight, right?
Right. And with keto, you know how you can have like 20 grams per meal of carbs. So let's say if you balance that over a week, you know what I mean? If you have athletic goals and you say, you're going to train on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
Monday, you'll have a little bit more carbs than you would on Tuesday, and you'll cut them back down Tuesday to make up, have that extra fuel to fuel your workouts and still be able to maintain that diet and stay ketogenic.
Right.
And
Yeah,
keto.
in ketosis, yeah. And yeah, and that's one thing that, I've been hearing is like, some people, you think you can jump in and jump out. That's not what you know that with that kind of diet in particular, you really have to be consistent. You can't be like, okay, I'm gonna do it for a couple of days and then I'm gonna have a pizza. It's gonna like blow the work you've done. I'm like, you gotta get right back on it, but then you expect you're gonna have to kind of start over. So
Right.
I think consistency is key as well. Um, so one of the things we talked about, the other day is, you know, people knowing what you want to do is important. So, like you said, if you want to lose weight, then you're going to cut the carb intake. You're going to probably drink a lot more water. That's something I need to work on is more water intake as well. Um, Move a lot more. So cardio versus the weight training the actual weights? Like, should it be a combination? If you're trying to lose weight, do you want to just strictly do cardio? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so you definitely wanna do resistance training at least 2 or 3 times a week, and then the cardio, it works together with the cardio to keep
Mhm.
throughout the day. So when you're doing resistance training, you're gonna burn fat throughout the day. When you do cardio, you're gonna burn calories while you actually do the cardio, and then you want to calorie deficit on top of that. And depending how fast you want to lose the weight, that's how much you want to calculate your calorie deficit. So
Yeah,
like you want to cut slow, you probably want to be in the 300 to 500 calorie deficit. You want to cut faster, 1,000 calorie deficit, 2 pounds a week, or some people even go as low as 1,200 calories a day.
wow.
And
Yeah,
I've seen people cut weight really drastically,
really. Yeah.
drastically on those type of, but not everyone can do that. So slow and steady wins the race. So it's like if you just do something that you can do, and whatever you can do consistently is most likely going to work out in your favor over the long run.
Again, it's the big C word, the consistency. I know me myself. I'm an emotional eater. I always have been. So, you know, with all the stress and everything going on, from the pandemic to everything with the protests, to switching this whole like telecommuting, our lives kind of being turned upside down with all these events, one thing after another. Um, it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle. And so, even things like sleep, like we've talked about, I went through a phase where I had this horrible insomnia, where I just could not go to sleep. And, sleep is something that's really important, right? When you're trying to, whether you're trying to lose weight or bulk or whatever your goals are fitness wise, how important is sleep for you?
Sleep is vital because you build muscles and you tear your muscles down in the gym, and then you repair in your sleep. So you got to have sleep. Sleep is one of the most important. I can't emphasize enough how important having a good steady sleep schedule is, and getting that deep sleep, and getting enough hours of sleep for your body to repair and recover, generate. It's like night and day, the results you can get getting good nights.
What's a good night's sleep? Like how many hours?
I would say at least 6 hours.
At least six.
Some people can run off of 6 hours.
Yeah.
Need 7 or 8.
Yeah, I can do about six. I can do about six before I start getting restless and have to get up and do something.
And then it makes a difference how active you are, because if you work out hard, sometimes you might need that hour or two nap in the middle of the day, after work or something.
Yes.
You
I've
might
had that, yeah.
nap,
I like my naps.
yeah. So sleep and nutrition, sleep, protein,
Yeah.
that's gonna keep you on a good steady course for sure.
Now, what about snacks? What about talk about like protein bars, energy drinks? You've done a couple of videos where you talked about like looking at the label, and so what are some of the things to look out for when you want to go grab an energy drink or a protein bar, and you're thinking, hey, I'm eating healthy because I'm going to replace my meal with this protein bar. But what are some of the things to watch out for?
You want to watch the sugar levels. For instance, like I used to eat a lot of protein bars, and then I watch and I see like, 28 grams of sugar, 35 grams of sugar. So I
Yeah.
protein chips instead, something I discovered recently. And they're actually at Safeway, they're at GNC, and yeah, way less sugar, low
Yeah.
carb, ton of protein, great protein snack. As far as like, then you got these protein drinks in the stores that are supposed to be so healthy, Naked Brand and all these other, Boone's Farm, all these other brands, and you look at the back and it's like a ton of sugar. They're loaded with sugar. I just try
Yeah.
to stay away from those unless it's like I'm really low on protein that day and I'm in a crunch and I'm just gonna grab it. But yeah, you want to keep that sugar intake pretty low, because we eat a ton of sugar,
Yeah.
and that's high in fat. Sugar is super high.
My little friend in the back. Tell her to say, hey. Hey, you. So that's his cute little dollar. That's my mini coach. I call him my mini coach because there's been times when I'm working out with him, and I'm like, okay, 10, and she's like, oh, that was 7. 8, 9. Like, you know, she makes sure I stay on point. um, okay. Yeah, so I think that, and then also like sports drinks. Like I love Gatorade. And I used to drink Gatorade. I'm like, hey, I'm replenishing my electrolytes, whatever. And then again, same thing with the sugar content, you know. So now I still drink Gatorade. I like Gatorade. My favorite thing is to put it in the freezer. You know, it's kind of like a popsicle when it's frozen, you know, like different flavors. But I do the Gatorade Zero, you know. So, you know, still water, of course, is the best thing. But every now and then you just want something, you know, a little flavor, you know. So the Gatorade Zero, I think, is probably, you know,
Yeah, because
okay.
that's gonna, cause for what your goals are, that's going to be, you know, it's not going to add too much to your calorie content. So they get,
Yeah,
and you still get that sweetness and everything like that. So yeah, that, you know, you got to find things that work for you.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, you know, bulking up. So you mentioned you just left the gym, and you know, I know you were thinking in the future you might be, you know, training, doing some competitions. You've done some in the past. You did what was it, the strongman competition in the past?
Yep.
You know, and so this is for the guys, you know, out there that want to bulk up this summer, have build muscle. You know, you went through a journey yourself where you were really thin at one time, and now you're like training to compete for these, you know, these types of competitions. So talk a little bit about how. We'll talk about the first competition you did, the strongman competition. What was that like?
Sure. So I was about 11 months into my first initial bulk, you know, when I was getting certified and doing all that. And yeah, got pretty strong. So I joined in the strongman competition. You know, I found out who runs it, you know, how to get my name in it. You know, I had to get my strongman card, you know, pay for that, pay to enter a contest. And I had a good time. You know, we did you know, we did keg pulls, keg, you know, pick up the keg, run with the keg, uh,
Yeah,
you know, deadlift with a big stump, you know, on the ground.
that's the one where you see the guys like they have the belt, and it's like some of them they do that, like they're pulling cars and stuff. Is it
Yeah,
like
you, it's similar because sometimes you'll have the bars attached to the car and you pull it up from the bottom. It's basically
oh,
deadlift. It's a little bit of a different variation, but basically they're deadlifting the car up. Yep.
okay, wow, yeah, I see that, and I'm like, and I think I've seen a couple women every now and then when I watch it on TV. I'm like, whoa,
Strong women and strong men. I saw very strong.
yeah, man, yeah. Okay, so now, so let's go back to, you know, if for the guys who, you know, always want to gain a little bit more muscle, want to become stronger, want to be able to, you know, get to the point where they can compete in one of these competitions. You know, how does that journey begin? How did it start for you?
Well, it started for me just really building my strength base, a lot of sets of five, you know, and just progressing on the numbers week by week, month by month, trying to keep that nutrition good, slowly gaining weight on average about a pound a week. You know, I put on about 23 pounds, mostly muscle, and
Mhm.
just consistently gaining strength, three lifts, squat, bench, deadlift, and a lot of overhead pressing, pull-ups, just a lot of big, heavy compound lifts, hitting it over and over, hitting that gym consistently three,
Yeah.
4 days a week.
What
Work.
you eat? What do you eat? Like,
Uh,
so you probably have to change your diet, right? Because if you probably have to eat more calories, or what, higher fat calories, or what?
so I ate. I just made sure I was in the surplus, and to be honest, I wasn't really tracking closely at that point. I was just trying to.
What does surplus mean for those who don't know?
So surplus is basically so you have a calorie maintenance that maintains whatever weight you're at. For instance, I started on 165, and I am, you know, whatever my calorie maintenance was, I don't remember what it was at this point, but I had
Yeah, yeah.
top of that in order to add pounds, you know, every month. So basically, what I did was meal prep for the full week in advance. Every Sunday, I prepare 3 meals for that day, and I would make my own breakfast every morning. So I'd have maybe grits and eggs,
Mhm.
the gym, have a smoothie. Then I already have my 3 meals prepared for the remainder of the day, and I make sure I get those 3 meals in before I go to sleep, because my body is gonna definitely be in a surplus after consuming that much food every single day. So
So you burn, so because you worked out, you burn calories, so you need to replace those, right?
yeah, you need to replace those and add on top of those. So there's ways to calculate your calorie needs based on your activity level.
Huh?
So if you train, 3 days a week, you can plug that in. You train 5 days a week, you can plug that in. You could add those variables in, and it'll tell you, okay, this is my maintenance calories, and then you'll have to add calories in addition to that. And I knew I was well over, even with my high activity level.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you bulk up.
So like what kind of foods did you eat though? Like what
Yeah,
specifically?
so I tried to keep it pretty healthy and balanced. I had a lot of broccoli, a lot of cauliflower. Back up and sit down right now. You guys know parent life.
Hey, she loves the camera. You can't blame her.
But a lot of broccoli, a lot of cauliflower, different colored vegetables. Having apples in the morning. Um, you know, uh, Oranges, lean beef, bison. Uh,
Now, did you eat carbs? So we talked about like if you're trying to lose weight, cutting carbs. Did you like increase your carb intake because you were trying to gain?
I didn't increase them particularly. I just kept them pretty moderate. I just pretty much ate till I was full each meal, and didn't hold back. I ate till I was full, but I didn't eat. I didn't overly eat too crazy because I knew
Yeah,
my calories were going to be over just by the volume of food and meals I was having each day.
right.
Kind of feel basically my general rule for guys that are bulking, if you don't keep track of all the numbers and stuff like that, is just always be full, never be hungry. If you're not full, like the whole time I was bulking, I never really felt hungry. I was just, if I started feeling hungry at all, I'm putting something in my face. You know,
Yeah,
food,
yeah,
protein, something.
right.
That's
Yeah,
what.
that's one thing I learned is to try to be more prepared. Now I have like I keep nuts in the car. You want individual packs. Beef jerky, like any kind of protein source. I try to keep it in the car. So then I'm not tempted to go through the drive-through. Because I'm like, oh my god, I'm starving. I need to eat. I need to eat. And of course, I mean, let's just face it. I go to the drive-through. I'm not getting no salad. I'm gonna get something that's not good for me. So it's better to be prepared. Preparation is key. Hey, Anthony, my friend Anthony joined, and he's asking when it comes to eating out, is it better to eat Red Robin over McDonald's if you're gonna do a burger, or just cook from home? Well, we know you're gonna say cook from home. So, but
Well,
if you're out and about and you got a choice between like, oh, I want a burger, which is better?
it kind of depends on what you get, because if you get a salad from McDonald's with the grilled chicken versus fried onion rings at Red Robin,
Yeah,
you know, but generally I would say Red Robin because they have better sourced ingredients. So
better quality, right?
a higher quality. Like it's going to be real beef you're eating. So if you have
Yeah,
with the lettuce and you maybe don't eat the bun or something like that, or you get like
yeah,
a specialty. They have like gluten-free buns and different kind of buns.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you have a healthier variety at Red Robin. But
My favorite at Red Robin is when I do want a cheeseburger, I do a lettuce wrap cheeseburger, and it's so good. And it's literally in like it's lettuce, but it looks like a button. It's like a ton of lettuce,
Red
but
Robin, they do
but
it.
it's
I'm,
I do get the sweet potato fries, which I'm sure aren't great, but yeah, if you're gonna do it,
only
I'd rather spend my calories on Red Robin than McDonald's.
yeah,
And the Wendy's has the best salads. Yeah, they do. They have good salads. I miss their salad bar. Back in the day, they used to have an all-you-can-eat salad bar where you can actually go in and make your own salad. You can pick whatever. My first job when I was 16 was at Wendy's down the street from my folks' house, and so I was in high school, so I was all about the salads. I'm trying to be skinny and cute, and I would just get this big, huge salad. And that would be dinner every night, after work. But
hey, salads
yeah,
will fill you up, and they're not too high calories generally too. You can eat a lot of salad,
yeah,
ton of salad, it fill you up, and yeah, that's one of those high satiety meals that you can eat and be
yeah,
good.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on the meal prep part. I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress when it comes to the meal prep. Um, but I have an air fryer, so I try to do things like today I picked up a bunch of chicken breasts, and I kept some of it whole. So if I want like chicken breast and like a vegetable, for dinner or lunch, I could do that. And then some of it I cut up, so I did chopped it up so I could put it on top of a salad, or so finding different unique ways, I think, is really helpful too. Like different ways to cook the food so you don't get bored with it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can look up different recipes online. You can have you can go through meal prep services to where you get meals for the next week or two or a month in advance. I deal with a company that does meal prep, all organic, locally sourced meals,
Yeah.
kitchen, crafted performance kitchen. And yeah, I have a lot of their meals where if I'm in a rush, if I'm having a busy day training a lot of clients,
Yeah.
quick meal out of there, pop it in the microwave, and it's good quality food. The protein content, all the macros, and just
Yeah.
makes it later if I want to have dinner. I might cook, make something for myself, make a steak and some, asparagus or
Mhm.
whatever. So it's convenient and it's good nutrition at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah. And I working from home, you know, even though I'm working from home, you think you have all this free time. At least for my job, I don't. Like I'm super busy. I'm in conference calls all day, webinars, you name it, writing, briefs or whatever. So being able to just kind of grab something and throw it in the microwave, like whatever works for you, whatever works to keep you consistent, I think is key. You know,
Yeah,
um,
from home is still work. You know, you think
yeah,
the thing where you're kind of kicking back a lot of the time, but you
yeah,
still got to get work done.
it is. It is. Yeah, no, you're not kicking back. Trust me. At least I'm not. I can't speak for other people. I'm definitely not. Um, so what? Talk a little bit about. We'll go back to the competition part. What does the average day look like for you? You have to train every day to do something like that? You know, what other kind of competitions are there out there?
Yeah, so
And
right
how do you train for something like that?
so right now I'm preparing for my first powerlifting competition, first powerlifting meet, and basically you don't want to train every day because you'll get your joints will start hurting. You'll get worn down. You got to get that rest in because you get stronger when you recover. So you just got to really keep your nutrition on point, keep your protein content high, and yeah,
Journal, 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 like you always
keep
tell me.
track. Yeah, keep
Write
track.
it down. Writing it down really does help.
Writing everything down, even with your lifting, write down your numbers, make sure your numbers are increasing, if not every week, maybe every few weeks, or you're adding more reps in. Just make sure you're constantly making progress. And, so when you sign up for that competition, you're ready. You're really ready and prepared to give it your best, and you're not necessarily competing against others. When you first start, you're just competing against yourself and trying to increase on your own numbers from the previous time or even your first time, just getting that set in stone and then try to increase on those numbers once you go back to training for the next one, maybe in a few months.
How do you find, like, you have a coach, you have someone that coaches you. How do you find a coach?
Well, it depends. It depends on what your goals are because I'm an experienced trainer at this point, been training a few years, helped a lot of people, with various goals. But, everyone can always improve. So I researched from a lot of PhDs in the field. I found a coach that's been coaching powerlifters for 30 years because that's my specific niche. So I'm learning things I
Mm,
can coach my clients as well as for myself, increasing my own.
yeah,
So it's really just some things are word of mouth, some things are research. We got the internet now, so you could just hit Google, Google actionable.com, for example. Uh,
yeah,
strong certified coach that can teach you everything you need to know. Uh,
yeah,
so yeah.
yes, absolutely. Emily says the great thing about working from home is it's allowed me to cook more. Yeah, again, cooking from home, I mean, out of all the choices, you know what you're putting in things, you know what you're getting, it really is the best thing. It's just to make your own meals. you know. But you have those times where you're out and about, and it you know, you might have to grab something. So yeah. Okay, I want to, you know, normally I do entertainment topics on the show, so I want to just cover a couple of things. First off, I saw in the news today, you might have seen this, Kanye West decided to drop out of running for president.
No, he dropped out. Kanye
He
dropped out.
dropped out.
Oh man, see, he was supposed to be our president. He man, joined in all
My
later.
question is, would you have voted for him?
Yeah. Like, yeah, you know what? I feel like he was the people's president. He wasn't necessarily my choice. But I feel like
Right.
people, you know what? I can't believe that man dropped out. Oh,
He sure did.
he had his campaign so early on.
I think, you know, I'm just, maybe he got back on his medication.
Man,
You know, who knows? Because clearly he was off of it. But he dropped out of the race, and we don't know why. His manager just said he decided to drop out. So
that's uncool.
maybe Kim, you know, maybe Kim said, "Look, you know, I'm not trying to be first lady. I don't want that kind of headache."
You know, I'm not sure how I feel about a Trump Yeezus ticket. So I think that might have been,
Right.
you know, you know, they were probably
Right.
horses or something.
That's some kind of pair.
I'm cool off that.
Okay, now I have a question for you. So I saw that you posted earlier today. You're talking about Megan the Stallion. What's her name? Yeah, Megan the Stallion. I always get it. Hot girl Meg, whatever her name is. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
you made a comment saying that you felt like looks wise she was only a 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it got me thinking. I was like, okay. I was like, no. I wonder what is it about. You know, when you say when guys look at a woman and you say you know the 1 to 10, you know, numbers. Now, are you saying she's a 6 based on overall, like, you know, head to toe, or are you saying a 6 like because you don't think she's that cute in the face, you know, but maybe she has a nice body? Like what? How do you come to that conclusion?
Sure.
In my mind, one of them.
It's overall, and its attitude is part of it. But overall, her face, probably 5 in the face. Okay, but
Oh, ouch.
I give her 6. I give her 6 because she has like a little swag and style. So body can be a little tighter. She's not obese or anything, but like,
I mean, I'm about to say, come on now, because she's kind of
she's
fit.
not a very pretty woman. She's not like for instance, if you know you keep on your path,
Yeah,
you're past Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm gonna be past the 6.
So that's what I'm saying. So a 6 to me is just like, okay, she's not bad looking, but she's not, you know, I'm a savage. All you do is better. She's good looking, you know. You're average.
I love that song.
You're average, and that's fine.
Right.
Bad looking, but relax a little bit, you know. Just
So you saying she's not all that she kind of like pumps herself up to be?
yeah, and I think a lot of girls in her category get pumped up off of her ammunition. She fuels the fire of just like, oh, you dudes ain't on my level. Baby girl, listen. Relax with all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that serious. Well, okay, so along those lines, I have a few other celebrities that I want to get your number take on.
All right.
All right. We'll start in the rap category. Cardi B, 1 through 10.
What's that?
Cardi B.
What about her?
Oh, I was saying 1 through 10 overall.
She's a strong 7.5.
Okay. Nicki Minaj. You like what?
I like Cardi B too. I
like Cardi B too.
I don't. It seems like someone I wouldn't like, but I just like she's just pretty genuine. She seems very genuine.
Right. She's a little cuckoo, but it's like she's being herself.
Yeah, I like that. She's very genuine. Nicki, looks wise, I think she's fallen off a little bit right now. Maybe 7.
I always thought Nicki was really pretty. I always thought she was. You know, I like her best when she does kind of the toned down, like the black hair and the regular makeup. I don't like the blonde and the green and
I
the.
don't like the fake stuff. I don't like the. I'm not.
Yeah,
I like.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there's
Is that true? Most guys like because we put on the lashes that some of the women have the lashes out to here. We do the nails and we do the brows. We do the extensions and all that. Like at the end of the day, like we're doing it like for you guys in a way, right? So to get the attention to try, But is that what really, or do guys like more kind of natural?
So okay, I look at it like this. This is my analogy. You know how like if you dude that hops out a big old lifted truck and he's a short guy and you think compensating for something. Pretty much women that I feel like aren't that naturally beautiful have to a whole bunch of fake butt and all this extra stuff to compensate for either not feeling like they're beautiful or trying to compete with women that are more beautiful.
Ah, okay.
And I just like the real deal. In a lot of cases I prefer a woman in her natural state look better naturally.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
To each his own. Yeah, to each his own. I mean, I know some guys they like the glammed up and the nails and the lashes and the extensions and so I guess it's to each his own. But I've also heard a lot of my guy friends too saying, you know what, at the end of the day, like I want to see what you really look like, without all the extra.
Magical. I've seen some transformation on YouTube. Like the same person. Like she looked like Pookie.
Oh, ouch. Okay. Let's keep going down the list. Beyonce. Come on now.
I would say Beyonce is about a 9.
Yeah, Beyonce, the girl is beautiful.
10 on Beyonce. But you can argue for 8, but I think she's right in the middle there. I think she's about bad. Beyonce's bad.
Okay, Toni Braxton. Old school.
See, it's different when you add the old school to the conversation because that's a little before my time, a little bit, because I was a kid. Well, a little bit. Like I
know she is.
I never had a crush on Toni Braxton. Like back in the day, I had a crush on like Brandy,
okay. Okay.
So I never really.
Mariah Carey.
Back in the day, she was pretty bad.
Okay. Now, you don't think she's cute?
She's like the.
She got the mom body now. She's had a couple kids. I mean,
she's still pretty.
Yeah, I agree. Jill Scott.
Don't get that. Don't bring me that heat. Don't bring me the Jill Scott heat. I'm not gonna say my real opinion on Jill Scott. I think.
Wow.
Nice. Jill Scott has a pretty face and a lot of potential.
Yeah. A 5?
She's a strong 5.
I know some
5 in the possible.
Like you are crazy.
Alone, I'm not talking about like her soul and her inner being, and she's such a wonderful.
Yeah, but again, to each his own, because there's some guys that like a lot of curves. Like she's,
possible.
Yeah. It depends on what you like. You like a hard body, you like skinny, you like in between, you like voluptuous. She's in the voluptuous category.
But the other day it was funny because I was thinking about that Jill Scott situation, and I was sitting in the station, and I saw a bigger woman that was beautiful, like so, and she looked better than Jill Scott, So it's just like, Jill Scott's a pretty woman.
Yeah,
but to me, she's a 5.
Yeah, 5,
which is like not bad. It's just like not, you're not ashamed to be seen with a 5.
Right. Oh, okay. Sierra, Russell's wife.
7.
7, really?
7.
I think she has natural beauty. She doesn't wear a ton of makeup, especially looking like the gram and on social media, like when they do the posts. She's very natural, which I like.
Yeah, she's above average, but just not like if I'm walking down the street and I see her, just like holy, you know what I mean?
Right. I got you.
That's a pretty girl. Yeah, that's a pretty.
Okay,
woman.
last but not least, still old school, but I know darn well you know who this is. Janet Jackson.
Now, back in the day, Janet was.
I'm gonna say my brother. Now, my brother might fight you if you say something bad about Janet. Like that's his girl.
Hey, don't nobody know my opinion. You know, hey, because I got to keep it a buck. But no, she's see, it's like it's that generational thing, you know, because it's like I can see what people see in Janet Jackson.
Right.
Ugly. So she's at least, if I look at young Janet Jackson, she's at
Uh-huh.
least
Right, because again, okay, yeah, because you're generation.
there's that like
Yeah, I get to that because now she's in her 50s and she's still strikingly beautiful.
yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, the woman is she's a Jackson. I mean, the whole family. Okay, so who in your opinion of your generation, I guess, now, like who would be like at least a 9, 10? Who in your category? Is anybody a 10?
Beyonce's a 9 in a possible. I think it could be argued that she's a 10. You know, I can't really think of anyone, honestly.
Yeah.
And maybe later it'll hit me. I'm like, oh, but I can't really think of not
Yeah, no. Okay, I just had to give you a hard time about that, but that was fun just to kind of see, I try to pick all different types of, looks. And yeah, like at the end of the day, everybody.
Like some women can think I'm a 2. I think I'm a solid 8.5, maybe. I'm not a cup of tea, so hey,
yeah,
messenger, you know.
I think 2 is a little drastic now. Come on, it's like you are far above a 2.
They might have, maybe they knew a dude in middle school that smelled like doo-doo that looked like me. You never know. So, hey.
Wait, I can tell you one person, a friend of mine who shall remain nameless. She popped in a little earlier, popped off. Trust me, she thinks you're much higher than a 2. I'm gonna leave it there.
Hey, baby, what's good?
In her words, why didn't you tell me your trainer was fine? That's what she said. All right. Well, I'll let you go, and thanks for chatting with me. I'm gonna for those, it's 80-something degrees out, so unfortunately, I think a lot of people are probably out enjoying this weather somewhere. So I'm gonna repost this on in my Instagram feed, and that way, people that can watch it later on tonight or tomorrow. But I'm glad you joined me. Huh?
My daughter says she's so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Oh, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
All right, baby.
Huh?
You got like
Oh, you like my eyes? My eyeshadow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want, before we go, make sure to mention your website. And one thing I want to impress too, about your training style that I love. Even though we're virtual, we do it live. You know what I mean? It's in a real time, and I think that's important because there's a lot of trainers out there that just they'll send you a recording, or you can even go on YouTube and find people showing you how to do exercise, whatever. For me personally, and I'm sure a lot of people are like this, being able to have that one-on-one attention. I mean, that's why you have a personal trainer anyway. Making sure like you're always talking about my form, because that's key.
Yeah.
Form is, you can, I have a lot of injuries from previous car accidents. I'm very conscious of my form, and you need to in general anyway. So one thing that I love about working out with you is that, even though we're social distancing, we still do the live one-on-one, and that's something that you offer, that a lot of other trainers don't. So I just want to kind of give you that plug. But give us the website and your social media if they want to hit you up.
Sure, yeah. If you'd like to check out my personal training services virtually or in person, for the time being, unless things go back into different phases, go to actionovertalk.com, actionovertalk.com, and then on social media, it's AOT_personal training or at I am Sanibravo.
Sanibravo.
Sanibravo. All right. All right. Well, thanks, Hassan.
Thank you.
And I will see you tomorrow for getting it in again.
I'm to get it in.
All right. You guys be safe. Bye a little bit.
Have a good night.
Yes, a beautiful.
All right. You too. All right, peeps. I hope you join me next week, same time, 8 p.m. Instagram live. We will. Not sure who I'm gonna have on next week. I'm gonna make some calls and see who might be available. But it's always a surprise. I like to keep it that way. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And I hope you stay safe. Please wear a mask so we can get out of this phase 2 and move forward and not be on lockdown anymore. It's real simple. It's not that hard. Wear your mask and wear it properly over your nose, okay? Not down here, over your nose. This is just protecting your chin.